Hey, just want to show you guys my Leatherman Wave mod here. I call this my Swiss Army knife style Leatherman Wave, or 33% Wave. Doing a mod like this, very simple. Basically, you're just taking the pivot out and pulling a frame half off of the Wave. You do have to adjust some tools around to get what you like, but it's not really a big deal. So I upgraded to a Surge for my Wave, so it was just kind of sitting there in the drawer, and I seen others do this, so I figured why the heck not? I'll do it too. Mine is tailored for hiking, lightweight hiking EDC type thing. It stays in my backpack most of the time, but if I'm going for a hike or camping, and then I'll usually toss this in my pocket instead of my Surge or my EDC knife. So this is a Leatherman Wave frame. This is the low side ruler, so we do have the standard ruler there. Not really all too useful in the woods, but it's there. Interior tool-wise, you can see there's some space here where the plier head is. I've decided to just go ahead and fill that with some Gorilla Tape. I rolled it up and tossed it in there, and I can use this to repair a small tear in my tent, or a small tear in my clothing, or rain layer, or bag, or what have you. But there's a good amount of duct tape in there, and it's Gorilla Tape, so it can be used to patch something up there, or even as a makeshift band-aid if need be, even though I typically have a first aid kit on me that's there. The other two tools on the interior I picked are the awl from the Leatherman rebar. Picked this up off of eBay. Nice to have there. Never really use it in the woods, but it is nice to have in some survival situations, and you can use it as a pick, as a fork. Just a good thing to have on you. The other tool is the screwdriver here. I have this in here because sometimes I carry this around with me when I'm not hiking, and it's nice to have a screwdriver, but I found that I've run into my hiking poles actually loosening on me on hikes, and having one of those loosen up on you and not being able to tighten it can really be a downer, especially in the middle of the winter where it's icy and slick and you really need your poles. So I've actually used this on hikes to adjust my hiking poles that have loosened up on me. So that's the main reason why I've kept that there. I don't have the can opener, so I'm not carrying canned goods into the woods with me. That's just not something that's typical. They're very heavy, and if I'm carrying any type of food for meals, it's usually some sort of freeze-dried type thing, so it's lightweight. On the other side, we have the saw. Again, just good to have on you in the woods. Light trail maintenance. If you had to create a shelter for some reason, you could do that. If you need to cut a branch for wood, for a fire, or a steak or anything like that, I have a saw, so just good to have. And the Wave saw is actually a pretty good saw. It's quite efficient. And the final thing is just the knife blade there from the Wave. Go open packaging, whittle a stick, do whatever you need to do with a knife. The Wave is actually a really good sized Swiss Army knife style knife once it's taken down. You can see it's about the size of my finger, and it's actually really comfortable in the hand. Disappears in the pocket, weighs like less than 3 ounces. It's actually a really great mod, and I'm actually kind of surprised Leatherman doesn't do this themselves, because this is a fantastic little knife. I like this better than a regular Leatherman. I'm glad I've seen people do this. I may not have thought of it myself, to be honest with you, but fantastic little tool in a really nice package, not that big at all. And the final thing is the pocket clip here. This is a DONK clip, or donk clip, from Amazon. It's titanium, has that higher loop here, so we can have a lanyard loop here. And the lanyard bead on this tool is actually a ferro rod, so I can pull the lanyard off, and I can use the back of the knife, or I use the saw to strike this and make a spark, and I use that to start my camp stove. And I could start a fire like that if need be as well, but I usually just use it for my camp stove to start that up instead of a lighter or something like that, or carrying a separate ferro rod on me. I have it right in my pocket. So that's it, and put that back in there. There we go. So that's the tool. Thanks.